Hey guys, it's me, and today I am going to be talking about season 3, episode 11, Bystander. If you'd like to check out the highlights, which is my original reactions that I used to post before copyright stuff and all that jazz, you can find it down below. You can see it through my Patreon. And then what I think I'm going to do, because some of you can't access my videos through Patreon because your countries block it for some reason. So what I'm going to do is, so people who support me on Patreon, they already have access to it. So for the first 24 hours, I'll make this available for people to link through my Patreon. And then I think probably somewhere in the comments or something, I'll actually have a link to the actual, whatever you call it, video, the actual video. I am losing my mind. I think I've been on vacation, which is awesome, and I think just not doing a lot of things is kind of turning my brain to mush. Actually, this is a lie. I did a lot of stuff. In fact, I wanted to record way more videos, but I just couldn't. I just had a lot of stuff going on, and so but it just wasn't. It wasn't intellectually stimulating stuff. It was like Christmas decorations. I did bake some pretty stellar cookies. So Chris and actually my roommate Rocky are like, they're the best cookies I've ever had in my life. They are oatmeal coconut lace cookies. So they're really thin and crisp and they're absolutely delicious. So I don't know. I actually bake and cook a lot. And I've thought about maybe doing a baking channel or something, or cooking channel where I talk about stuff as I bake. So I don't know, but I definitely do a fair bit of cooking and stuff. Like last night, let's see, 2 days ago, I roasted a full turkey. So, and I made this, oh, this gravy was so good. It was so good. And then, let's see what else. Oh, and so I made turkey soup last night, and with like I used the bones and I cooked everything down, so it was this really awesome, rich broth. Like, oh, so good. So I made turkey soup, and then I did stuffed peppers. So Chris and I we're not on the Whole30, but we eat mostly Whole30 stuff. So for those of you who don't know what that is, we eat mostly like meat, vegetables, fruit. So like we don't eat a lot of bread or pasta or grains or anything like that. So except for the cookies that I made because I really wanted to bake cookies. So anyway, so let's do this. Let's talk about this episode. Enough about me because I've just blabbered about myself for 3.5 minutes, and let's talk. So, all right. At the very beginning, we see Historia as a queen, and she seems like nurturer in chief. Like, she seems really, really awesome and gentle and great with kids. And I love how she has made a priority to, like, tend to the orphans and the kids underground and all that stuff. And I love the fact that she and Levi were together because you see a little softer side to Levi that I think is kind of fun. So, although we haven't really seen that side, the fact that he is like thrown his support behind her, I feel like he smiles when he thinks about like what she's doing to help them. So, also Jean totally has a thing for her, even if yeah, the fact that he compared her to his mother, maybe it's a bit Freudian of me, but I just feel like, yeah, he's got a thing for her. But I actually like Aaron and Historia together. Not as much as Aaron and Levi. I think I like that pairing better. But I don't know. I think that Jean has kind of a crush on her. So, all right. Mikasa. And I know I bash on her so much, and I feel like maybe I shouldn't, but she like emasculates him and infantilizes and snips him off all the time. It's like, you guys are the same age. He's clearly capable of doing things. I mean, he did save you when you guys were really young. Like, he's not this, like, I don't know. I just feel like he's capable of making good decisions, and she just needs to back up and let him learn or just be himself. I don't know. It's just, anyway, you can't do that. You can't. It drives me nuts when women like emotionally bludgeon and badger the men in their lives to where they're these little submissive servants. And I'm just like, no, like, let them be. Like, if I ever have children, I would like to have boys so I could raise them to be, cool people. So, not to say that I wouldn't have cool girls, but I feel like I'm probably better suited to have boys. So, we'll see. All right. The glowing rock as a light source. I am concerned about this. I probably shouldn't be. It's probably just like a one-off, like, oh yeah, is Hurley coming back in? I let him go outside, and he's not wanting to come back in. He loves the snow. So this show, I feel like there's just no easy things in this show. So the fact that they found this glowing ore and that they can use it as a light source in all of their homes, does that not concern anyone? The fact that you have Titan, like a piece of Titan exoskeleton in your house, it almost feels like another, like a Titan down the line could be able to control Titany materials and then use that to, I don't know, maybe produce a gas or explode or something and damage people. I would not want that chunk of Titan in my house. So, and maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's actually just a glowing ore and great. But the show brings stuff, and this episode really kind of brings that to the forefront, brings seemingly insignificant little points that were just kind of sprinkled around, and they like always bring them back and make them a bigger thing than you originally thought they were. For instance, Black Eyes, where I didn't really anticipate him to ever come back, that he was just, oh, the guy who trained them. And then, oh no, like, he's a major point of the story in that he didn't report Aaron's dad, and that he also was responsible for breaking Aaron's brace. And I mean, it was just like, what? So, and the fact that the brace came back, and that there was actually like a point of that. So it's I really want to know the writer or writers, their diagram of the story, and like the lines where it's like, oh, we mentioned this back there. Oh, really? This is going to come back here. And you gotta wonder if that was originally, like, was that purposeful from the very beginning, or did they realize as they wrote it, oh, wait, we can do this, we can bring this back. So I don't know. But it's impressive. They do a good job. I feel like J.K. Rowling does a lot of things that are similar to that. So I'm re-listening to the Harry Potter audiobooks. I don't know who you listen to, if you listen to Harry Potter audiobooks, but Jim Dale is the best. I'm sorry if you think otherwise, you're wrong. So if you've never listened to the Harry Potter audiobooks, or you're not familiar with the fact that there are audiobooks, or you haven't read the books or whatever, I recommend them. I do. I want Jim Dale to be my grandpa. I have fantasized writing him letters on multiple occasions, asking him to be my grandpa. And not in like a weird way, like just, I don't have any grandpas anymore, so. Anyway. All right. Okay, also something with the lights. How do they turn off the glowing Titan light? Did they like put a cover over it, or is it just constantly glowing? Because if it's constantly glowing, it's gonna mess with their circadian rhythms. Just saying. All right, so I love that they've been able to figure out ways to use Aaron's armor power to help combat the Titans. But now that I know what the Titans are, I feel terrible every time one dies. That it's this human that is like being tortured. And you don't know how long that person has just been, you know, tortured. 60 years, Amir said. So it's just like, and who are they? They have loved ones. Are their loved ones still around? Are they not? Is there any type of like bizarre community with the Titans, the non-abnormals? So, and how does some become abnormal? So, is it just that they were mentally off and that's what caused it, or did just something go wrong? And I know that I'm super rambling, but whatever. Which brings me to Connie's mom, where what happened to that village? No. But to say, what if the like titany, glowy stuff like all of a sudden ruptures and releases this gas and turns everyone into titans? Probably not the case, but and then yeah, I don't know. Oh, but it would make Another person is turning around in this driveway. It's like a 15-passenger van. Good Lord. But it probably would make the underground much more livable because you could like make the entire ceiling glow. All right, so back to my list. Oh my gosh, I'm so just like, I don't know. Let's see. So it's too bad that they don't have CAT scans or MRIs to look at Aaron's brain because I feel like his brain is going to mush. And because, I mean, as he uses powers so much, his nose bleeds. And it's just, nose bleeding is never a good sign. It just isn't. And I doubt it's because every time he uses his powers, his sinuses dry out. Like, there's clearly something wrong going on. And I'm wondering, as he gains more and more powers and as he uses those as the story progresses, because I assume he's going to get something else. I mean, armor, like super fighty, titany thing, and his ability to control everyone. I mean, that's a pretty great arsenal, but I don't know. I feel like he'll probably gain one or two more. Like, what else? What are other side effects that he's going to experience? Like, are his ears going to start bleeding? Is he going to start losing his memory? Is he going to become more weak? Is he going to maybe get more of it? Is he going to get like an attitude? Is he going to get angry? Is he going to have to try to fight against certain impulses? I mean, I would just kind of want to know what this is all doing to him, particularly because if we're to believe the king, that he's not genetically designed to have these powers for a long period of time, or he's not able to use them to the ultimate level. So it must be doing something to his body. So, all right. So on to the dining scene. So I like the fact that Bullcut Dude joined them, although I am sad that Hitch did not. And I'm kind of surprised by that. I mean, I guess she still is kind of, I don't know, a little more, or whatever. But I don't know. She seemed to have more substance. And it almost seems like they started turning her into a cool character, and then they were like, well, we don't have time to really explore her quite yet, so we're gonna like put her to the side. Or I don't know, she seemed to, I mean, she joined the rebellion and then she just was like, no, I want to live a cushy life, and that just seems weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I also just feel like it would be really cool to see her transformation from girl who's always dating, ditzy girl, cares more about her makeup and her hair, to someone who is, maybe more grounded and rooted and more like Historia or, dare I say it, Mikasa. Anyway, so let's see. Okay, so when he's looking back about when Aaron's thinking through his dad's memories, you saw that one little frame of him reaching, it looked like a Titan Aaron reaching towards his dad. Okay, so he has his dad's memories. So that means that he has the memory of his dad being eaten by him. What does that do to a person? How do you live with that? How does that not haunt your dreams? How does he not wake up every night just in cold sweats with that memory? Like, seeing yourself eat your dad. Like, he's got to have nightmares. And it's kind of surprising to me that they don't show that. So maybe it's because they have all their things that they've got to deal with. But that seems to be like a piece of the coping journey that I feel is missing. There needs to be something there. So, yeah. So, all right. Black eyes. I love the fact they brought black eyes back. That reminds me, when I was at Disney World, I saw a guy that looked just like black eyes. Like, black eyes and everything. I mean, it was bizarre. I was walking through the Animal Kingdom lodge, and he was walking the other direction with his family. And I was just like, woof. You look just like that guy. So anyway, I think I might have even put that on my Instagram. I don't know, but I think I did. Not a picture of him, but that I saw a guy that looked just like him. So here are my thoughts on that backstory. Here we go. I think that Aaron's dad was a village person on some sort of mission. And he didn't have any power yet because he didn't turn into a Titan. Well, wait a second. No, he would have had his powers. He must have been a village person, because then when he went to the king and his family in like the changing ritual, he transformed and ate her and then absorbed her power. So he must have come with as some sort of mission to gain that power. And maybe with his mission, oh, there's Hurley. Hurley, come here. Come here, come here. Come here, come here. Oh, you have snow on your nose. You do. Oh, no, you're covered in snow. Oh. Okay, I gotta close the door now. It's cold. Ooh. Okay. I'm wearing Chris's hoodie, so I'm in navy blue. All right, so Aaron's dad was a village person with the ability to transform, and he wanders to the town, and he then is found by Black Eyes, and they think that he just wandered out, but really he was wandering in. And the reason why he had no memory is because, well, he wasn't from that area. I don't believe that he had, like, no memory at all. Like, that just seems ridiculous. Because he clearly remembered his name, and he remembered he was a doctor, and he remembered his doctor's skills. So, yeah, it had to have been that he was just from a different area. And that's why he didn't know about, like, the village and, not the village, the, like, life behind the walls and all that stuff. It's because he never had been there. So his mission was to go from the village to the wall, gain the power to be able to control the Titans, and maybe to return back. But here's the thing, like, he got married, he had a kid, like, he had a life. Was that part of his cover, or was that just a natural outcropping of him being there? And, I mean, it's clear that he loved them, and he cared for them, but it's just like, okay. But I feel like he definitely had a mission. Now, here's the thing. Carla died. So he then tells Aaron to avenge her death. And he gives the power to Aaron. Why couldn't he avenge Carla's death? Like, did he realize, and who is, did he realize that, like, the village people, when they came to attack the town and, like, bulldozed the wall and all that stuff, were they doing that as a punishment for him because he didn't come back? Were they searching for him? And maybe he thought if he puts the power in Aaron that they wouldn't be able to find it, and that's vengeance. I don't know. There's so many questions I have. So many. I feel like I'm getting sort of a picture, maybe, probably way off, but that's kind of where I'm going with this. Yeah. Let's see, anything else? Yeah, I think that's about it. I feel like this entire season has been kind of a detour. I kind of feel like it's been a little bit of a detour. And it's not been my favorite part. The past couple of episodes, I have felt like we're returning to normalcy again, which I appreciate and I'm enjoying. Mainly, I find the village people, that story, to be interesting and probably the most compelling. So and like Amir, even though she isn't a village person, I guess she will become one. So I'm glad that we're returning to the story of, like, Aaron and the basement, what the heck? And I know that this was necessary and it was needed and I've enjoyed it, but I don't think I've enjoyed it as much as the other, like, the first two seasons. That's just me, though. And I'd be interested to see what you guys think about it. Have you guys liked this season as much as the others? And, like, what have you thought about, like, the music and the animation? And I didn't really comment on music and animation this time. I probably will after I watch the last episode, which I'm really excited about. And yes, I will make sure to watch the whole, whatever you call it, the whole end credits, because that's important. But I will probably talk about style and stuff. So, all right, well, that is it. So if you want to watch my actual reaction and my highlights, you can check it out below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and subscribing and supporting and commenting. So I will endeavor to watch the next one soon. All right. And then I will finish Erased. Woo! And then from there, I will do another series. So I'll have to decide what it's going to be. Am I going to do Death Note, which I know a lot of people want me to do Death Note, or there's a couple others that people really, Psychopaths is one that people have mentioned, Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know. So if so I'll probably send out something. I think I'm going to do my first live chat after this after the next episode. So in the next episode, I will talk about that. So live chat and stuff. So I haven't done it up until this point for a couple of reasons. Number one, when I'm recording in the privacy of my own home and I'm a complete idiot, I can always stop or I can edit it out. I can't do that with a live chat. So you're going to get all the awkwardness that is me. And so that's kind of scary. So that's number one. And number two, I'm worried that people are going to spoil stuff. And so I can be isolated here. So, and I also have people watching the comments to make sure that people won't spoil stuff for me, and you can't really do that with a live chat. Maybe you can. I'll have to talk to people about that. So anyway, all right. Well, till next time.